The illegal migration crisis continues to escalate. The government are trying to stop it, apparently, and the opposition are claiming that they are listening to the British public. But in reality, we have to talk about why this country has become so attractive to migrants. Legal and illegal, mass migration, especially when it comes to, of course, the small boats coming from the safe country that is France. Well, if I tell you that there is one key individual who is a bit responsible for this chaos, you would probably not be surprised. Yes, it is Keir Starmer. Yeah, the Labour leader himself, who until 10 minutes ago was still advocating for free movement and open borders. As the Labour Party got closer to the top, he decided, or he was advised, that it's probably best not to say this publicly too much. So his new line is, we are going to be tackling the migrant crisis, the border crisis. We're going to sort out illegal migration. And his only solution is to pick up the phone to Macron and say, Mr. President, can you please arrest the people smugglers from your side? And he thinks that's basically the solution. The reason he says that is because he knows, and everybody knows, that they're not really going to do anything about this problem. The reason for that is because this country has become so attractive, mainly because of course, it's much safer than any other place. There's a lot of opportunities here, but at the same time, we give a lot of freebies to migrants the moment they enter Britannia. So we got all the benefits that are funded by taxpayers' money, from the free Domino's pizzas, accommodation, free housing, and of course universal credits and all the other perks around it when you enter the country. Now you might say, why is it that only this country is so generous compared to other European countries? Germany and France and other places essentially make things so uncomfortable for migrants that they want to leave and they want to come to the West. They want to come to Britain. They would spend so much money that they have to pay people smugglers to put them on a dinghy to come to Kent. Why? Oh yes, because someone led a movement 20 years ago to make this happen. Yes, it was Keir Starmer himself at the time when he was a lawyer. Lawyer Starmer, he was part of the mass campaign, and they succeeded against the government at the time, which also happened to be a Labour government. It was New Labour under Tony Blair. In 2003, the Labour government were trying their best to not lose votes and elections, so they had to do something about migration, which is kind of ironic because it was the same Tony Blair and Labour that opened the door to a lot of migrants, especially from Eastern Europe. But on the surface, they had to get the Home Office to be more robust when it comes to illegal migrants, basically. But the problem was that you had Keir Starmer and these guys who forced the government and used judges and other activist lawyers to stop the Labour government from blocking benefits to migrants. So the reason that we give so much freebies to illegal migrants when they come here is because of people like Keir Starmer. Keir Starmer won that battle in 2003. It's bad. Even the Home Secretary at the time, David Blunkett, was kind of frustrated because of Keir Starmer and the other activist lawyers. He said, well, I'm personally fed up with having to deal with the situation where Parliament debates issues and judges overturn them. I mean, it's been a few years since those days. We can't even actually understand how it's possible to have a Labour politician or a Labour government to also be fed up with activist judges and lawyers. It's been a while since they've been in government, so they've been on the outside, they've been on the side of activist judges and lawyers. But when they were in government, at least in terms of the way it came across, they were also frustrated by the same people who are now they're supporting. Absolute hypocrisy from the whole of the Labour family. When they're in government, they do something else, and of course when they're in opposition, they just talk nonsense. But their existing and current party leader, Keir Starmer, was the same person who went against the Labour government's policy at the time. And here's the reason that we're in this mess, partly. And now he's trying to tell us that he cares about the border crisis. Are you kidding me? That's what we had, despite all his flaws, Rishi Sunak, and I'm not really a fan of his policies and his cabinet, he was absolutely spot on when he said this about Keir Starmer in the House of Commons.
His position on this is clear. He wanted to, in his words, scrap the Rwanda deal. He voted against measures to deport foreign criminals, Mr. Speaker, and he even argued against deportation flights. Well, and we know why, because on this matter, he talked about his legal background. He's just another lefty lawyer standing in our way.
Yep, absolutely spot on. Rishi Sunak, and by the way, obviously I agree with what he said. He's right about Keir Starmer, but it's funny because the same Rishi Sunak and the same cabinet that haven't really done anything about it, the whole border crisis, until now. Now they feel the urgency. Now that we're getting closer to the next general election, the Tories are getting their act together. Yeah, okay, as long as they do something, obviously, I'll be happy with it, but at the same time, I still just don't trust them. Something's going to happen that will block this new legislation. We'll see. I'm trying to be optimistic, but it's quite difficult. Anyway, let me know what you guys think about this whole scandal. I'm Mahyar, Tousi, and we are the media.